Hello everybody, welcome to another true review. Today I'm bringing you Dear Esther Landmark Edition on the Xbox One. Now, Dear Esther was the original walking simulator. That was the game that really had that term first applied to it. And this is the most up-to-date, definitive version of the game. It's finally reached consoles. Now, the first question you have to ask yourself with these kind of games, are they a game? And a lot of debate whether they are or they are not. And for me, for my personal opinion, no, these aren't games. These are experiences. And the reason I come to that conclusion is, for me, a game has to have a challenge. There has to be resistance, something preventing you from obtaining the win condition of the game, whether that be in the form of enemies, puzzles, a time factor involved, platforms, things such as that. Something that offers you a challenge that you are pushed to accomplish, pushed to do. Now, with games like Dear Esther and other walking simulators, there's nothing stopping you from progressing. You simply go from point A to point B and it's over. It's done and dusted. So for me, not a game, but an experience. So it's very difficult for me to give games like this marks. I really struggle, to be honest with you. And whilst I say I'm not considering it as a game, you'll probably hear me say a number of times already, this game. And it's just from force of habit, obviously, so you'll have to bear with that. But what we have with Dear Esther, like I say, it was the original game that had the phrase walking sim attached to it. And I didn't actually know this about it. There's a really good director's commentary in the game where you walk around like bumping into speech bubbles dotted around the island, and the directors, the people who made the game, with the I think the principal programmer, there's the music composer and the graphics artist, talk about the game. And it actually started off as a Half-Life 2 mod, and quite a drastic different look to what it actually looks nowadays in this most up-to-date definitive edition. And it was quite insightful, actually. It's actually a director's commentary, definitely worth looking into and actually watching. And if you're going for the achievements, you have to do that anyway. But anyway, I'm getting slightly off track here because it's a bit of a confusing, this one. Basically, what you have with Dear Esther is you walk around this island in the Hebrideans, which, for those of you who don't know, is the islands off the coast of Scotland. Loads and loads of islands dotted around all over the place. It's very, very sparse. People, I think some of them are inhabited and most of them are not. And this island that you walk around does have some forms of life, or that life was present there at times, because there's like lighthouses and abandoned buildings dotted around all over. And you literally just walk through the game on a very, very linear path. There is a few little deviations which you can explore, but ultimately you have to go back onto the main path to actually progress. And the game's split into, there's that word again, game, it's split into 4 parts, each kind of a different area. You've got the first initial lighthouse area, and then you have like a wrecked ship area, then you have the caves, and then you have the final conclusion, the radio mast tower, which is where the game concludes. And as you walking through the game, and there's that word again, the character who you play as is reading letters out that he wrote to Esther, as all the monologues or narration starts with Dear Esther, hence the title of the game. And without going into detail, something not quite nice has happened to Esther, and this is I presume it's her partner, but he's basically reading letters out to Esther, letters which he never sent, I'm thinking. See, this is the thing with the game, and again there's that word, it's giving you a story and experience which is heavily open to interpretation. The narration gives you a lot of things to think about while you're walking through this island, because there's not anything else to do, to be honest with you, other than listen to what the game's telling you and making your own conclusions from it. And unbeknownst to myself, the actual game does have some randomization in it as well. Part of a director's commentary, they did say about certain things or the certain parts of dialogue which actually do change from playthrough to playthrough. So if you only play through that once and were maybe speaking to friends about it, you may have experienced something quite different to what you've experienced yourself, which again is a nice little feature. But you honestly just walk from A to B, enjoying the scenery, listening to the narration, and forming these opinions of what you think's happening or happened, and that's it really. The game that is literally the entire experience. But judging this as, like I say, an experience, which I consider it, it's really good. It's a really good experience. But judging it as a game, it's not a very good game because there's no gameplay as such. But that doesn't mean it's rubbish and not worth a purchase, because it certainly is. It's priced at $7.99 as it comes out and discounted to £6.39 I think in the UK for the first few days I think that the game's out, or maybe for the first week. And the game can be cleared in as little under an hour. So only you can determine that. If you want to think about a thoughtful, meaningful story, meaningful experience that's going to take you about an hour to complete, then definitely purchase this. What you are gonna get is a beautifully crafted environment. I mean, honestly, the graphics are really nice on this, whether it's from outside, the outside levels, and then when you hit the caves, honestly, the cave areas, magnificent. And the music, the music in this game is brilliant. I think she's called Jessica Curry. Apologies if that's wrong there, but boy, she's done some really good music for this game. It's so melancholy and uplifting at times as well. And again, going back to the cave area is truly a fantastic area of the game to go through. Just the music and the visuals just combined together to perform, to provide something that's really good. Yeah, it's a weird one, this. I'm not going to do what I normally do. I'm not going to give it a score. I'm not going to give pros and cons for it. I mean, simply put, you have a game that takes an hour, you walk through the environment listening to narration and monologues from the unknown individual who had a relationship with Esther, and the game ends and you draw your own conclusions. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. I'd say it's an experience I would recommend that you partake in. And if you're solely in this for achievements, as I know a lot of people are who watch my channel, it's basically a free 3,000 points game score, because you won't really miss anything. Probably need to do 2 playthroughs of it just to collect all the stuff, collect all the director's commentary nodes, and get all the story nodes which you may miss because they're invisible. You just got to walk past certain points to trigger them. So if you are in it for achievements, very easy 1,000 gamer score to add to your points total there. But I'd kind of missed the point of what it actually is. So yeah, very difficult one for me to really score and judge anything. I enjoyed it. I'm going to say game again there. I enjoyed it. It's an experience I would recommend people actually experience for themselves. It's something certainly different, and it's just like a beautiful, well-crafted world that they've made for you to experience and draw your own conclusions on, really. So yeah, all I can say is I highly recommend this, even though I'm not going to give it a score. So thanks for watching. Hope you like that review. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.